Hello, nerds.
Hello.
Woo. Welcome back to Tales from the Virtual Tabletop, and thank you for joining us for this week's session, our 11th session of our first ever campaign, The Frozen Vale. I'm Randy Raccoon, and I will be your game master. Whapa. And these are our lovely players. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, starting with you, Howie.
Hi, everybody. My name is Howie. My pronouns are they/them, and I play Caspian Novak.
Yar. Mari.
Hello, I'm Magic Marionette, or you could just call me Mari. My pronouns are also they/them, and I'm gonna be playing Sebastian.
Yeah. Viper.
Hi, my name is Viperidas. You can call me Viper. My pronouns are she/they, and I'm going to be playing Alera.
Yeah. Maddie.
Hello, everyone. Excuse me. I am Maddie the Alchemist. My pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Astrid. The Whispering Howls.
Woo. Tiki.
Woohoo!
Hello, I'm Tiki Bunny, and I play Solomon. You're watching Tales from the Virtual Tabletop.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
So at the top of our little right here at the beginning. Wow.
Oh boy! At the top of right here now.
The top of the beginning.
The top of the beginning. Do we have announcements, Howie?
The main announcement that I have is for Patreon. We have a Patreon, and it has many tiers with many mysteries, including super cool goodies like actual physical stickers you could receive, and being able to name NPCs. Not only that, but what about the divine power to command our Dungeon Master, Randall Raku, to maybe draw the NPC that you like the best? I'm just saying, all those powers and more lie locked behind very cheap doorways over at our mystical Patreon. What is our Patreon called? It's Tales from the Virtual Tabletop, right?
It is, yep. Tales from the Virtual Tabletop.
Yeah. You can find it wherever other Patreons are sold.
And if you go to the About on our channel here on Twitch, there's a little button that says Patreon. If you click on that, it'll take you right there.
There's a Patreon button now.
Patreon button.
Patreon button.
Patreon button.
Patreon button.
Okay. Anything else here at the top of the beginning at the where we're starting?
No.
Mm-mm.
Sweet. Hell yeah. Then we'll just jump right in. I believe, Howie, you also have a recap.
Yes, I do have the recap. Garçon, my music.
Oh, yeah, one sec. I can do that. One second. I wasn't ready. Hold on. Shh, everybody stop.
Stop the world from spinning.
So, you want to know what happened last time? Well, my dear servant, you've come to the right place. I, Caspian Novak, am a master of relaying information. Yes, indeed, you'll find no fluff here. Only the most crucial and relevant of details shall be relayed. Not a single word further. Why, this reminds me of the time my great-uncle Satchmo Novak delivered the entire story of the Iliad, a quite famous ancient tale, to be sure, in no more than 4 words spoken. Yes, brave master of brevity, that is what they called him. And I assure you, dear servant, I am no different. Now, what are we talking? Yes, what happened last time? As I recall, we arrived at the Goblin Village, which was notably smaller and less well-maintained than my Duchy of Little Torn. Not that that is of particular importance, mind you, just a little tidbit to help paint the picture of what you're seeing in your mind's eye. After some discussion, I learned several things of varying levels of interest and concern. Firstly was that apparently Solanin has been indirectly murdering her animal companion and cloning it through some sort of alchemical means, prolonging its pitiful existence. While this is concerning, we had to push it aside for the moment, as secondly, we learned that weasels, of which this small animal companion, which was aforementioned, are apparently immune to poison and basilisk petrification. My, what a delightfully random happenstance. We, of course, sent the little critter inside at Solanin's urging, but no sooner did the poor beast slink its way in than did it return with our quarry hot on its furry heels. With a swift might and masterful grace, Astrid and I engaged in our brilliant plan to blind the creature with a blanket. Given that what occurred as soon as the creature was no longer blinded, I can now take the liberty to say that this was, in fact, a crucial key to our survival in this encounter. Though the dreaded beast did eventually get its vile gaze upon mine own person, it could not penetrate the burning spirit of House Novak, which allowed me to not only shrug off the pitiful petrification, but also allowed me to land the finishing blow on the scaly devil. Afterwards, my compatriots all made it clear to me that they wished to rest, and so, wanting to make sure that my time was spent efficiently, I delved deep into meditation and attempt to further explore the ever-changing, mysterious nature of my beloved weapon, the Ashen Edge. However, the others did not, in fact, go to rest, but rather scrounged around the town, revived several goblins willy-nilly without informing me, no less. I'm sure their hearts were in the right place, of course, yes, foolish as they were. So, I shall spare them any harsh, lasting punishments and simply dock their pay as we return to Little Torn. The following morning, of course, we gathered our things, prepared for our quest to the spirit of the mountain, of whom we were told in no uncertain terms that we must know what we are going to ask the spirit before approaching. A task which I am sure all of my compatriots have taken the proper time and thought to put into considering what they're going to do, and given the consideration to our beloved Dungeon Master, who has made it very clear that we should know what we're going to ask. And that's about it.
Well done.
Yay!
You get an extra hero point.
Yay!
Yeah.
I feel like that was accurate.
That was
I get it. You're the posh version of Deadpool. All right.
Doesn't intentionally get nary kill.
I'm just saying, you said more than a little.
Okay.
All right, this is Neri the 37th.
There's lore. No. There's lore to Neri's deaths. Just kidding.
All right. We'll just
Neri the
jump right into it.
37th.
You guys spend the rest of your day kind of helping out in the Goblin Village. Nika's prepared you guys to head out for the mountain come morning, come moonrise. So you guys can go ahead and take a long rest.
Yippee!
While that is happening, we're gonna go ahead and cut to Alara.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Oh.
Here in the library. You have been very relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
You remember falling into your book. You don't remember very much after that, though. Kind of drifting between a state of wakefulness and a state of unconsciousness. You remember being spoken to. You remember reading. But when you try to grasp what was said or what you read, you just can't quite get a hold of it.
Huh.
But in this moment, you feel the warmth of a fire. You're laying on something soft. Your head is being cradled in someone's lap. Your hair
Whoa!
is loose, which is weird because you usually keep it tied up. There are fingers running through it. It feels almost motherly.
Huh?
And you hear a voice you've heard before reading to you from a tome. It seems to be a book of poetry.
Okay.
As you listen, as you're slowly coming to consciousness in this moment, you hear the librarian speaking. What is it called when creatures on this earth curl and sleep? When shadows of moons we don't yet know brush across our faces? And what is the name for the movement we make when we wake? Swiping hand or claw or wing across our face, like trying to remember a path or a river we've only visited in our dreams. You hear her turn the page, and then, "Oh, are you awake now, dear?"
What? What's happening?
Well, you've had quite the rest. That's actually my fault. I apologize.
Oh, I do feel quite rested. What? Where am I?
Oh, we're here in the library, of course.
Oh, okay. Wait, where are my friends? What?
Well, I imagine they
What
are
happened?
wherever you were before.
Oh. What was I doing before?
It's a very good question. Unfortunately, not one I can answer because I was not paying attention to where you were. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Why are you reading me poetry and why am I laying in your lap?
Oh, I just thought it would be nice. It's kind of a gentle way to wake up. I must apologize. I was borrowing a bit of your energy for a time.
I suppose it's alright. They probably didn't need me all that much.
That's a good sport.
It's gone for what, a couple of hours or so? Right?
Or a day or two. Maybe.
Okay.
Day or two, yes,
Ma-
sounds right.
Oh, goodness. Well, I hate to leave this. This is quite nice, but I suppose I should be heading back, right?
Sure, I could
She
send
kinda,
you
like,
off.
starts to sit up.
Genuinely thought you'd have a little more questions, but if you're content,
Oh,
I'll
well,
send you on your way.
Why did you need my energy?
Well, yes, that is the big question, isn't it? I will say... Gosh, what can I tell you without giving too much away? I'll tell you, you are a unique creature to me, in that you're the only creature on this plane of existence who knows me as the librarian. And in that, there is power. The simplicity of it. Does that make sense? And if I were to tell you some things more more in line with my other aliases, that might complicate things for you.
I see.
There are many,
Oh, so...
many moving parts right now, and you and your little group of friends have somehow found yourself tied up in a lot of things.
Right. Something about going to the abandoned ruins and ley lines and something. I think? Oh gosh, I can't remember anymore. Why were you reading me this poetry? Is this one of your favorites?
Oh, it just felt relevant at the time.
I see. She kind of like looks around the space and gets like a little bit of a smile, like she's kind of starting to like, she thinks she's starting to figure some things out. This is all just kind of a storybook, isn't it? You don't want to give away the spoilers yet.
She gives you a very impish smile. That is a bit what it is like, yes.
I see.
Have you ever
Now
heard
my question...
that there's power in names?
Yes, I've heard that.
Do you ever think about why?
Tell me your reasoning.
Well, like many things, I think it has to do with context. And when I stepped in when we first met, I created a brand new context for myself through you. So this new identity, the librarian, I quite like it. I'd quite like to hang on to it for a while.
Of course. A new character that you've written into this story that is unfolding.
Yes. In a way.
Fascinating. Now, you don't have to tell me anything about what you do or don't know, because obviously that would ruin the surprise, right? But do you know how this story ends? Or are you along with the ride just as much as I am?
Fantastic question. I think the story I'm unfolding is much, much bigger than either of us realize. And I'm not entirely sure I've even figured out how it started yet.
Wow, that is interesting. How did you come to gain all this knowledge? Is it just an eternity of seeing various stories unfold around you that have been recorded into these kind of texts, or is it more of a thing that you've manifested for this particular character you're playing at this point?
Oh, knowledge is something beyond any alias I take. Knowledge is to the core of my being.
I
But
see.
it was not always as such. Eternity is a fabrication, an idea. Everything has a beginning, as everything has an end. My knowledge started with thirst, as yours will. You have an interesting kind of thirst. Not quite sure what it'll turn into yet.
Me neither. And I know you said you borrowed my power, but I don't know, I feel stronger
Yes, well,
somehow.
borrowed your power is probably a bit of a misdirection. You are, not to give too much away, but you are a bit of a conduit for something.
Oh.
And I kind of maybe piggybacked off of you to take from the source.
All right. Interesting way of wording that, but I'm intrigued.
It is very intriguing.
Well, I suppose my final question. Are you having fun?
Oh, I'm having a great deal of fun. I am
Me too, I think.
I am having fun, but I would like to caution you.
Hmm.
And when she says this, you get a look at her face in the light of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, as you saw her before, long blonde hair, but it's almost like a strawberry blonde, bright green eyes. But you really look at her when she says this, and you notice deep bags under her eyes. When she blinks, you can see like the veins on her eyelids, but they're not like veins as a mortal would have, but like almost in the shape of veins. You can see arcane figures swirling under her skin, and she looks exhausted for that moment. She kind of rolls her shoulders, gives you an impish smile again, and it goes away. I would caution you that in all of the fun I am having, there's a great deal of stress happening as well.
I see. Well, I suppose you can't exactly give me straightforward direction, but if there is anything I can do to maybe reduce said stress when I'm out there, would you let me know?
Oh, of course. I appreciate that, little bird. I think
Of course.
we must proceed with caution, because the only thing worse than an ignorant person is someone who only has a partial bit of the truth. And I'd loathe to put you in that situation.
All right. I'm listening.
For now, just continue as you've been doing. What you're gathering is helping me gather. And I promise, in time, if things go well, it will make sense.
All right. Oh, and I saw a strange painting. One that, there was a strange figure that looked very intently upset with me. It might have something to do with the thing that attacked me in the snowstorm that one time, but I'm sure you do happen to know about that, but is there anything you can tell me about that?
This kind of harkens back to the name thing. I don't
I
want
see.
you gathering too much attention. I'm trying to keep you a little under wraps from this, but you are being sought,
Oh, all right.
and it, not to give too much away, but may have something to do with the source you are a conduit for.
Sounds important. Okay. I assume this is unavoidable, that I'll encounter this person, place, or thing seeking me out. But, anything I should be aware of in particular?
The thing seeking you and the thing you seek are more closely related than you think.
Ah,
Proceed with caution.
all right.
And maybe do a bit of like self-reflection on nature versus nurture.
All right.
All right.
She sits up and she like goes to like tie her hair up, but then just kind of stops for a second. I think I should keep it down for now.
Oh, I like it down.
She gets up and kind of like looks around at the space one more time. And then looks back. Well, I suppose regardless of how this unfolds and plays out, maybe at the end of this, we can sit together and compare notes. Talk about this whole thing.
A lovely sentiment. I hope it is what we can get.
I hope so. I assume this place exists outside of the mortal realm, so I assume I can probably come back here even if I die. So I guess that's
A very interesting question. I don't know if I've brought anyone here post-mortem, but it'd be worth trying.
that'd be a comforting thought. I do like this place. Well, I suppose it's been a couple of days, so I should probably go back to my friends.
I'm sure
And,
you've been sorely missed.
I hope so. I'll go say hi to them, and we'll continue doing what we're... Oh, I can't even remember what we're doing. Oh well. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell me before I leave?
Oh, I think you've got more than enough to work with for the time being. So, just squeeze your eyes shut and turn on your heel, dove.
Alright. She squeezes her eyes shut. Just kind of like quiet for a second. Is it time? How does this work?
You do have to turn. It's a movement-based
okay.
thing, yeah, so just go ahead and...
I see. She turns.
And you suddenly feel like the floor vanishes underneath you, and you have the sensation of falling.
Shit!
And with that, we'll go back to the rest of the party.
This is gonna be so interesting because I think I'm holding the book still.
You are holding the book
Oh.
still.
Yep, I am holding the book still.
Wait,
Is
what
it in
the
your
fuck is going on
bag,
here?
or-
Ooh, that's not the sound. This is the wrong place. Hold on. I've got all the buttons. Don't
I was
worry
gonna say
about it.
Basilisk is back from the dead.
The basilisk. Whoa.
What?
I don't know what's hold on. I pushed all the buttons. Give me a sec, guys. Hold on.
All at once.
All the buttons all at once.
We're doing it live.
Lara's gonna come back to all of those and be like, "Who are you people?"
Who are you people?
Okay. So, everyone else, you had a pretty chill evening in this incredibly sad, somber goblin town.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, Vika woke you all up kind of at the crack of moonrise to get you guys prepared for your hike. You were just setting off when, Astrid, you feel something in your pack give a sudden jolt.
No. Uh-oh. Hold on, everybody. Something's happening.
And you feel it tug, like something's moving like with strength in your bag. It almost like pulls your feet across the ground for a second.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's never good.
I take my pack off.
I
and
draw my
open-
rapier.
You open the pack and the book flops out of the bag.
Oh.
And it kind of flings itself away from you, 2-3
Oh.
feet, skids in the snow. It flops over and then flings itself open, and you rapidly watch the pages begin to turn faster and faster until it lays flat open, and you see a bubble of ink start to sprout in the center along the spine. And then it bubbles and expands more and more. It kind of has like, you guys seen Fern Gully?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know Hexus when he's emerging from like
Yes.
pipes? It's got that vibe where these bubbles are like expanding and getting bigger and bigger, and it keeps getting bigger until it's larger than you, Astrid, and larger
Oh.
than anyone in your party as it takes the form of a tall elven figure, and then the ink begins to recede, and standing on top of the book is your guys' friend Alara.
Holy shit, you're alive!
I walk over to her and just give her a big hug.
Alara's kind of like shocked, but that just like hugs back.
Ah,
Hi.
you're back. We saw your picture in the book, and you looked very tired.
What?
Long story.
I see. What? She just kind of like looks around.
Still on it, and
Where are we?
she just creeps up and pokes Alara. Just make sure she's real.
Feels solid,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
warm.
All right.
The closer you get,
Well-
she smells like a book binding glue and fire.
Oh, you smell terrible.
That's a
Do
nice
I?
smell. What are you talking about?
Well,
Fire
no
and
one else
books?
is near her. Sebastian's going to like beeline and like pick her up into a hug and like
Oh,
Aww.
just
hi.
faintly nuzzle her cheek like I missed you.
Oh, whoa.
I was only gone for like a day or so, right? Wait,
No.
No,
how long have I been gone?
you were gone for like I don't know how many days has it been.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
at least 4 days?
It's
Yeah,
been
you
4
keep
days.
on
Yep.
for days. We were
Oh.
worried we didn't know how to take you out of the book.
we can talk
goodness.
about this on our way up. Because we do have a lot to discuss.
Oh, no. We're not moving a single inch.
Oh?
No. What are you all, stupid? She
She just
a
came
creature
out-
just popped out of a bubble of a book that consumed her while we just so coincidentally happened to be walking to one of the most important conversations we're going to have on this adventure?
Mm-hmm.
How do we know that this is our same unnervingly tall elf?
Is her picture still in the book?
I don't feel like that really matters.
Well, when she got
She was in the book.
yeah, when you got like into the book, your picture appeared like a drawing of you asleep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it a good picture?
Oh, it was gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Very well detailed.
You're an elf. What do you expect?
Sebastian's gonna ask her the only thing that she would probably know. And he's gonna whisper it like, okay, I know it's you, but you're the one that held me when I cried, right?
Absolutely, of course.
Yeah, that's her.
No, I don't buy it. We're not gonna. I understand everyone here is very happy that she's back, but no. And Caspian, and like, they have their sword out. They're gesturing to them. It's not like overly aggressive, but very much a like, don't come closer kind of vibe. It just meets eyes with Alara and says, tell me something only the long elf would know.
Remember that time when we were back at your keep and I was talking about all the ley lines and you looked at me as though I was crazy, and then it turned out that I could actually speak to the book and the ley lines might actually be real. Maybe that?
What was I talking about before that? Everyone else knows all of that shit. We all know you're crazy with you talking of the book and everything like that. But I told something to you before there. You found me at a specific location. None of these people know where that was. Where was that?
It's the chapel? The church, right?
And whom was I praying to?
You're gonna have to... Wait, okay, hold on. Can I recall knowledge? Can I recall knowledge out of game?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Howie bullies people
Society
for not taking notes.
Society check. Okay, you got it. You got it, boss. Let me...
Come on, you can please get this. Please get this.
This is gonna be so awkward if I don't get this right. Okay, let's roll. Let's see. Uh-oh!
Oh no.
Womp womp. 11?
You didn't go in the temple. You don't know who is worshipped in that temple, but you do know it was a temple of House Novak.
I'm sorry. What? Who does House know? Like she like like leans over to Sebastian.
None of that. Nope. No cheating.
I know it was to do with House Novak, but I don't know what deity it was.
Why not?
I don't know. Wait, wouldn't she know what like
Be more
deities House
specific.
Novak knows?
It's hard to say.
Wait.
There are many, many deities. So, like, there's not a set pantheon in this region. So every city, every village kind of has its own deity that it worships. It's kind of like localized spirits, or gods. So unless you've been in a House Novak temple, you might not know like the breadth of which ancestors are worshipped, if they're ancestors, or what exactly are worshipped, like what ideologies became spirits through the worship of within House Novak.
Wait, didn't I go into the temple for the like record stuff?
You went into a temple for records, but you went into the town's temple,
Oh shit.
and
Yeah, you
House
didn't actually go
Novak
into
has
the
its
temple.
own private temple.
Caspian, as you're kind of fumbling, Caspian's gonna like take a half step forward and kind of raise their voice a little bit and say, "You entered the temple. You saw who I was praying to. To whom was it?"
I didn't go inside. I didn't see who you were praying to.
Caspian narrows their eyes. No, thank God. All right, and then they will sheath their rapier.
Were you gaslighting her?
No,
What
I
the
was
fuck?
I was gaslighting the potential pretend entity that might have stolen her face. You're welcome.
He's
Because we've dealt with in the past
Right.
4 days.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot, to be
A great
honest.
deal.
A
It's been
lot.
a lot. It has been a lot, yes. We got a
Caspian
lot
kind of
to
like
pick up on.
ruffles out their coat.
Oh,
You all
thought you were gonna
are
kill
far
me.
too trusting. You need to be more careful. You need to understand the gravitas of the situation in which we find ourselves.
You're not my dad. You can't tell me what to do.
No, but I am your boss.
One of them.
That is no, actually, nope, just the boss. That it all goes to me.
It kind of does.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
So let's just. I'm glad. I believe her. I believe her. But all of you just jumped right into her arms. She could have been any sort of face snatching spooky monster. We gotta
Well-
be more careful in the future.
Okay.
All right. We
They
can
do
all
come at a
agree
point.
that a little bit of caution is important.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, like, if I go missing for several days and something happens, and then I just waltz out of the woods, I would hope you would not all simply run into my arms.
Oh, I'm definitely not hugging
If you weren't
nope.
screaming as you came out of the woods, I would say that's a little fishy.
Yeah, I'd be more
Yeah.
worried that you weren't complaining as you came out of the woods. So,
Well, Solana just scratches
am I
behind
wrong?
her ear.
Am I
All
wrong?
right? And I'm simply stating that it is shockingly suspicious that Alara was not weeping uncontrollably as she is known to do during traumatic events whenever she came out of the book. Therefore, I had a reasonable cause of doubt.
no, I had a nice time. I was in a library and I was being read poetry, and it was quite nice. I had a nice nap.
So you went on vacation?
It wasn't of my choice. I was kidnapped, may I remind you. But it was a nice kidnapping.
Your book kidnapped you?
The owner of the book, the librarian.
Oh, the one that speaks to you?
Yes, yes.
Oh. Okay. My brain is a little too. Ooh. I don't know. I mean, she smelled the same ish. She smelled like books. I thought this is Alara. Smells like books. Alara does smell like books.
Do I smell like books? She kind of like
Look,
smells
you-
herself a little bit.
You usually always have a book smell, like just kind of.
Yeah,
Tickling
vaguely
under there.
musty, yes,
Also,
that is
also
accurate.
said
We have
book.
been on the road for a
Said
while.
book would have given us given us some information. Sorry, my voice is dying.
All right,
And it's very
well,
cold out
I'm
here.
glad you survived. Do not do that again. It's highly unprofessional.
I don't
I
think she has a choice if her patron wants to speak to her.
I feel like... Now listen. I respect your house and I respect your authority. But I do think that whatever the librarian may be is a little bit higher than any of us could possibly imagine.
Okay.
Oh.
Sure. Whatever. Let's not forget the other matters we're dealing with right now, like the ancient river spirit and the spirit of the mountains. Oh, wait, you don't know about the spirit of the mountains? Because you fucked off to have a nap in the library.
I didn't choose it. I was asleep. I woke up, and it had been several days. I didn't choose this. I just suddenly got up one day. The book sucked me into itself. I woke up in a library, had a bunch of questions, had a nice chat, and then I came right back here. So as far as I'm concerned, I woke up and the first thing I thought about was coming back.
Well, the least you could do was make it sound a little more harrowing. We were all very concerned for your well-being.
I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't that harrowing.
Anyway, we should probably,
We
like
should get
Caspian
moving.
mentioned, not just moving, but we also do need to talk about what we're going to ask to the mountain spirit.
Wait, no. More importantly, Sebastian arms out, like stopping raptors. And he digs into his pocket
Raptors?
and he takes out the vial and the note.
Oh, yes, right, the puzzle.
Right.
Hey, bleed into that.
Excuse me?
Yes, we found a puzzle in the place you wanted to go. We went there, by the way. You're welcome. We found this vial
What?
addressed to you. Well,
What?
actually, he found that vial addressed to you, and then I solved the riddle. Sorry.
This is
No,
all
it's no
true.
fun. I
Wait.
know it's no fun to have a riddle already solved, but, you know, you
What?
left, so...
Okay, hold on. You went to the place we were supposed to go to.
Yes,
Yeah.
we found this vial addressed to you. Well, not addressed to you. Who is it addressed to again? It's your alias. That alias that was in your letter.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And it had a riddle. And I can't remember the riddle, but I remember the answer is blood. So you got to bleed into this vial. Jar? Jar. It's a jar. It's not a vial.
How did you come to the conclusion that just me or everyone here has to bleed? into
Oh,
this
no,
jar?
just you.
No,
Very
just-
much just you.
Just me.
It seems specific.
Yeah, somebody
just
else
to you.
tried. I think it was...
Sebastian
tried. Yeah.
Sebastian puts up his hand that has like a gash in it, like I tried. It didn't want it.
Yeah, so that's unfortunately all you. But we are very certain that the answer is blood. So, you know, cheers for that.
Oh, right. She turns around and like leans over to pick up the book and like dust off the snow from the book. Sorry about stepping on you. Is this she's talking to the book. Is this maybe one of the things that you warned me against doing, or is this one of those things where just go along with it and see what happens?
Dungeon Master.
Yes.
DM is processing.
The book is
Buffering.
thinking.
It's got that little hourglass symbol that keeps spinning.
They keep redrawing it with the sand on one side.
The book just starts doing like doodles of like spirals. It's thinking. Draws the cool S.
I was about to say that the book is drawing the cool S.
Quote unquote cool ass.
Eventually, you see in that curving script, I rather think this is connected, Dove. But that's all you get.
All right. She closes the book and puts it away, and she like tucks her hair behind her ear because it's just like getting in the way. She pulls out a knife and just like cuts her hand and just like bleeds into it.
Okay. You bleed into the jar. It is a vial. I keep calling it a jar. It's not big.
We told
It's a tiny jar.
Wow. You bleed into the jar. The jar begins to fill up faster than the amount of blood you're putting into it.
Okay, that's bad.
And as it does, instead of the crimson color of your blood, it starts to swirl darker and darker until the jar is filled with just a deep, thick black sludge.
She kind of like holds it up to the light and like looks at it. That
Kind of looks
it wasn't like that
ink.
when that was in me. Do I notice anything about the properties of it?
It's thick. It's thicker than blood.
Okay.
But it
when
looks like
you-
ink.
It does
Yeah, I was
kind of
gonna
look
say
like
ink.
ink.
Wait.
I really don't know why you're asking the book all these questions. I clearly have all the answers. I'm so good at riddles.
Did it say anything about ink and writing anything?
I don't remember what the page read.
She looks at Caspian with like a raised eyebrow.
I'm sorry, I zoned out. What?
Did the riddle say anything about writing or ink?
Well, I mean, Sebastian has the riddle.
Yeah, I have the paper. I was just asking. I
Oh, you didn't take notes.
was asking out of character.
Ah, you didn't take notes. If you take an item and it's got a cool riddle on it, you should probably take notes about it.
I have to find it in my pages. Hold on.
See, now the dungeon master has to find it.
Okay, here it is. Is a small scroll, just a small little slip of parchment, and all it reads is the thought of Bree. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah.
That's not what
the
it
most
says.
concerning part.
That was the hardest to figure out.
Brr, I'm gonna kill you all. Okay. The thought of me brings sickness. The sight of me despair. God damn it.
You could do this. 3rd time's the charm.
I'm present for every battle and for every birth.
Yeah. So obviously blood. And now here's the thing. Also, this might be a bit of a reach, but observe my keen mind. The name that was attached to this vial, which is not a jar, even though we've been referring to it as a jar, was the same name that you found what? That you found written on what? A letter. Then you bled into this jar, which is not a jar, it's more of a vial, and it turned into what? Ink. Ere to 4, try to write something with the ink, book elf. I
Well, that
feel as
felt a little bit offensive, but
sorry, I'm still a little upset about the vanishing for several days and then you being perfectly fine.
okay. Would you? I mean, I did just bleed for you all, so I hope.
Oh
that,
no,
you know,
no,
that's-
you
that's
bled.
enough.
No, you bled for you. That was a you thing. This is a you riddle.
Okay,
We went out there for
grabbing
you.
her hand.
Thank you.
Small note here. I was trying to say this, but if we ever need to bleed into anything,
Oh,
please
dear
do
God.
not make the largest cut possible across your palm.
Yeah.
That is
She cut her finger, like her finger.
okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, no, clearly we're talking to Sebastian specifically.
Yeah.
Who
100%.
uses a sword?
Dagger.
Sorry,
Went
but you
straight
use
across his palm.
weapons.
He
You use
just shrugs.
weapons.
He's like, and he points to his broken horn. Like, I have clearly felt worse.
A horn isn't a hand that has a lot of tendons and delicate little bones in it.
You realize that this is basically a bone that comes out of my skull.
A singular bone.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
yes.
right. We're not
I'm
gonna
very-
walk in
All
circles
right, yeah.
to
We
explain
need
to the little
to-
man why cutting his hand is bad. All right, if he doesn't agree, he doesn't agree.
Also, the infection chain. Oof.
Yeah, I know.
but
Listen,
we-
everyone else here is on the same page.
The spirit. We gotta talk to the thing at the top of the mountain. The spirit.
Mountain spirit, we sure do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mountain
yeah,
Zone
talk-
Spirit.
Who's this
Yeah.
mountain
Spirit.
spirit? What's happening?
we do not say their name.
Oh,
Yeah,
No, no.
we can't say their name.
Mhm.
You were not given their
That's
name.
not
No,
who this,
no,
that's
no.
not who this mountain
that's-
spirit
That's a
is.
different-
That
that's
is
a
the
different
Oh
other
yeah,
thing.
that's
spirit.
right. That's another
Mm.
different name.
That's
we
the
don't
spirit of the wastes.
we don't know who this is, but
Yes.
the goblins speak
Mhm.
to it.
Mhm.
He shrugs. They're chill with it, so I guess we're also chill with it. For now.
okay.
All right. Astrid, would you mind giving a summary that is accurate
Of everything that's been going on, or about
about
going
the
up to
spirits? Because this seems like this was sort of your thing. You know, I don't want to step on your toes.
It was because I
Yeah.
rolled all those rolls.
And you talked to the river, you talked
I
to the
did
ice thing, and then, we all saved your life and all that stuff. She was there for that part.
Yeah, she was there for that part. Yes.
But yeah, so, I feel like this part is sort of your bag, so.
All right. Dungeon Master, wonderful Randy.
Yes.
I am going to need to recall some knowledge about
You
everything
guys-
that we've been going through.
You
Okay.
guys gotta take notes.
And yes,
I mean, just explain to the best of your ability, and I'll jump in if anything's incorrect or missing.
so we've.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Or do you need someone to talk for you? Because I know your throat hurts.
It's that I'm like still a little foggy brained because I know I have the notes of what I had talked to the spirit and everything about.
Okay, so
I don't have everything.
back when you guys visited, so are you guys asking about the spirit of the mountains that you're about to go see, or the spirit of the White Wastes? Because those
So-
are two
We were talking
separate
about the spirit of the
spirits.
mountains. We were
Yeah,
talking about
Spirit of the Mountains.
Okay, so the goblins you ran into were refugees fleeing their village. They asked you guys to go
Yeah.
take care of the basilisks that had taken up
Yes.
living there, and they can't pay you, but they said that they could take you to visit their spirit in exchange for you taking care of it. You guys took care of it, and now Nika is taking you up there. All Nika told you was that you would each get one question. That's all you guys know about the mountain spirit. If you guys would like to ask more, Nika is your guide. She's here.
Okay, that's what I was confused about because I thought that there was more that we figured out, but we didn't. Okay. So that's what Astrid would have explained then. We helped the goblins, and we can go talk to the mountain spirit and ask them one question. And we need to figure out like what we want to ask them based on all the questions we currently have. Because we still need to figure out stuff about the river spirit, the cracking of the ice, like lots of stuff is going. The symbols that we've been seeing, the possibility of that strange cult.
Yep, there's lots.
Yes. So, if we all get to have one question, wow, excuse me. If we all get one question, we should discuss either right now or on our way to the spirit what each one of us is going to ask. Okay.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yes, agreed. Yes.
Cool. I would like to ask about the river spirit and that water pulse like thing we've been experiencing because we also experienced that at the ruins. Blessing of the water.
Yeah, that weird shit that happened with our hands when we touched that waterlogged stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you formulate that into a question?
Yes, I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
All right, because I feel like it's also an important note. I'm sure, it seems like I'm probably the only person of vague religious intent here. These spirits aren't exactly like all knowing,
You're right.
So we gotta they like. It's not like this spirit of the mountains was watching us whenever we did that. So we kind of have to be concise. It's like talking to a librarian, right? If the librarian knows everything about what's in the library, you could probably ask them if you ask them like, "Hey, what kind of dog was that I saw down the street?" They're not going to be able to answer. But if you're like, "What sort of dog might a short-haired, brown, stubby-tailed dog be that has spots and a snub nose?" Then they might be able to answer with that sort of framework. So we want to make sure we frame our questions in the sense that we're asking somebody who doesn't know our previous adventures.
Non-personal questions type
Yes,
deal.
Indeed.
Right.
Okay. All right.
For example, like asking about the river spirit, we can mention, possibly, I could mention the fact that did we ever get the name of that ancient river spirit?
No, we do not know it.
No.
Okay.
It's really old.
Yeah.
We encountered an ancient river spirit that came to us in our dreams, blessed our palms, and through the course of our adventures have been kind of like possibly leading us. How do I put this as a question?
What do you know about a river spirit that gives blessings on the palms and oh fuck, I forgot the first part that you said. But maybe something like that. Maybe phrase it somewhat like that.
On the palms, but also did the blessing that we got, blessing of the river, gave us the water, gave us the blessing of the river, didn't it?
It did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. A spirit that provides the blessing of the river. Maybe?
Yeah.
Ancient
not a
river
question.
spirit. Do you know? That's a good point.
I mean, you could just, if you want to know the name of the river spirit, you just ask the name of the spirit of the river beneath the frigid march.
True, but we need
If you're
more
just
than
trying
just
to get the name.
Yeah,
yes.
but we're just not trying to get the name. Do you have any suggestions, Caspian?
For your particular question, no, not really. I'm struggling to figure out what you want to ask.
Do you just want to know more about the river spirit?
Yes. Like, why is it
Okay.
waking up? What is happening? Kind of. If the mountain spirit knows what could be happening with this spirit waking up.
Are there any prophecies involving the river spirit? Maybe.
That's a bit of a long shot, but it could work.
Well, I don't know.
It
Something
could
along
work.
those lines of, well, if it could have been something that was foretold. But there's that. So we can work out how to specifically phrase that a bit later, but we need the other questions. I'd say these fucking circles we keep saying everywhere. That one's pretty good. We should ask about that.
Okay,
So-
turn it into a question.
All right. I would say we keep seeing these glyphs popping up, and if we can, I would like to hold up one of the drawings that we've recorded down of the
That makes
glyphs.
sense.
Yeah. What can you tell us about these glyphs? Like what they do? I can't add extra onto it because there's only
Would you-
one question.
All right. So if do you want to, this is me asking you, do you want to know the functionality of the glyphs? Or do you want to know perhaps the intended use
Purpose.
of them by this group?
The intended use, because if we're going to ask about the
Okay.
cult, if we ask about the cult
so
separately,
then you. Well, I mean, if you want to ask about the cult separately, we can.
Oh,
But
okay.
basically, the way I would frame this is that we know that there is a secret organization, or there is an organization, who have placed these glyphs in specific locations throughout the northern area. What what could be their purpose.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Beautifully said.
Yeah, and again, also, actually, dear sweet guide of ours.
That.
Hi. Yes. If the spirit doesn't know the answer to a question, do we get another one?
Generally, yes. So you don't just like walk up, ask the spirit question. I guess I maybe should have told you. The spirit tests you.
Oh, fuck. Like how?
It is a gamble. I haven't been to the top where it happens, so I don't know exactly, but I know it's a test. So you go up, if you
Like one
complete
by
the
one,
test-
or do we all go to?
No, you can all go together. I've seen groups of people go up together.
Okay, does that limit our question to one, or do we get to still each ask a question?
Well, you each participate in the test, so whoever completes it and is successful gets to ask a question. And if you're not successful, then the spirit gets to take something from you.
Oh.
Beg fucking pardon?
Yeah.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Well, the spirit of the mountains it's a spirit of memory. And it's a spirit of knowledge. So you ask it the question, it will give you something that it has access to, like our collective memory. It'll give you answer to it. But if you fail, then it gets to take a memory of yours.
Ew.
Like,
that is concerning.
so you lose the memory?
And we don't know what the test is.
Correct.
Oh.
Can we choose what memory it takes from us?
Oh, this got more dangerous.
If you'd like to present a memory, I'm sure it is amenable to that. I think it depends. Like, if you're trying to give it, like, a memory you don't care about, it might want something else. It also, I think, depends on how bad you failed the test. But again, I don't know. I haven't gone up. I've gone to the site. Like, we all go to this pilgrimage, but we don't all go up to do the test.
And you've never fucking asked somebody who did the test what the test was like?
No, it's sacred. They said it's, you confront your idea of yourself.
That's gonna be so fun. Fuck.
Yeah. All right.
What
Yeah.
did I come back to?
All
A
right.
pile of shit, to be honest.
All right. Hear me out. Hear me out, everyone. Hear me out. I have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
We pick one question. We make Alira do it. She doesn't have a memory anyway. It's easy.
Oh, fuck off.
All right. What she's got what, like 3 months worth of memories.
Who
I
says?
have 3 months worth of memories. What do you
And
mean?
Didn't you say you don't remember how you? Didn't you say you didn't have a memory? You don't know how you got here? You just woke up in the middle of the frigid March. That's what you told us.
Is that what I told you guys?
No.
Oh, what the what?
She
wait,
said
what,
that she
hold on,
doesn't
what'd she
remember
say?
how she got here.
Yeah, exactly. She
But
has no
that
memory.
doesn't mean there's no memory prior.
I just
I have a
assumed
memory
that.
of my
before.
childhood and where I lived before.
That's a little more complex. That's
Okay,
the one that I was
that's-
thinking.
Yeah, that's okay. So you know where. Okay, so wait. You know what? Hold on. That
Yes, I have a working memory. I don't remember what happened
wow.
when
All
I was
right.
out traveling,
First
but I
of all,
remember getting to the Frigid March.
pretty fucked up lie of omission there. Just saying. Thought you
Lie of
didn't have any-
omission?
Thought you didn't have any memory. I let you
If
into
I-
my home. I was like, oh, this poor memoryless elf. She needs a home. She needs a place to be. You knew who you were.
You didn't let me into your home. I was looking for a letter, and you said, "Oh, well,
What are you
you'll
talk-
do. You can come with us."
Yeah. I took pity on an impoverished elf that wandered
An
into my home.
impoverished elf. I'm not an impoverished elf. I, have
know
a
that
home.
now. Now you apparently you do have a home. I thought
I've
you
talked
didn't know
about
where
this
you were.
before.
I don't think I was privy to any of those conversations. I'll be honest.
I'm certain you were there. It's not my fault if you weren't listening.
I disagree. You should be more enticing of a storyteller.
Maybe you should be taking.
I Sebastian wants to punch Caspian really bad.
So I'm just
You can see like the anger in his face and like his hand like in a fist like beside him like
Arthur.
Yeah.
Like Arthur.
Arthur meme like that.
Arthur meme.
Sebastian, right?
Right. I don't think we're getting anywhere with this right now. Are
You're
we
right,
gonna go
you're right.
all at this
Hold on.
once in case we
right.
have to fucking fight something?
That's a good point.
Because if we go in one by one and we have to potentially fight ourselves, that could go to shit really fucking quick. Or we could all go up together.
That's a good point. Yeah. How do we want to?
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine going up together, or maybe in like. Well, there's 5 of us, so we can't split the group evenly.
That is true.
Actually, Nika, do you have to confront the trials by yourself or as a group?
You can go as a group if you want. You can go one by one. You can go as a group. It's the trial will adjust to however you present yourselves.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's at least what I know. I won't be going up with you guys.
All right. Here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this real quick and easy style. All right. We are going to raise 1 or 2 fingers for either going up by ourselves, which will be 1, or going up as a group, which will be 2. Those are our 2 options. All right. I'm gonna count to 3, and then we're all gonna do that. And by saying we're all gonna do that, I mean you're gonna type 1 or 2 in the Foundry chat, and then hit enter before you have a chance to see anybody else's votes, because that's how we're gonna do a quick vote for this. Does anyone disagree?
Wait, what were you saying?
Okay.
I swear.
Sorry, maybe you should just be more captivating of a storyteller.
It's not a story. I'm
it's
trying to
not
set up
right.
the rules, you boring woman. Anyway, what I was saying is 1 for 1 person, 2 for group. That's how we're doing it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Does anyone disagree? This is your last chance to disagree. In all seriousness.
No, it's
All right.
fine.
Nobody
Sounds good.
disagrees? Fantastic. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, wow. Look who's not a team player. For the record, chat, everybody but Sebastian held up 2 fingers.
Sebastian was going to just make Caspian go up by themselves because he's pissed off at them.
You know what? Alara looks over and sees Sebastian's 1, and Alara looks back and puts down 1 finger.
You can't do.
No,
You see
no.
that
You
you're not
can't.
allowed to do that. That's why we did it the way we just did it. We're all going up as a group. That's how it has to be. We have decided that's how we're doing it.
Solana just exhales. not like a. It's just like a. Oh fuck.
Mm.
Like a big sigh of relief that everybody said too. Not want to fight ourselves. All right.
Well, we have to face the. We don't necessarily have to fight ourselves. We have to face our.
Yeah, we have to face
Our-
ourselves. Our
Facing
our
yourself.
version, of what we think of ourselves.
Facing
But do
yourself
they-
could mean fighting yourself. I don't know. I just don't want to get caught like pants down, ass out, in case we do have to fight.
all right.
Well,
Colorful
You don't want to what?
I don't want to get caught pants down.
Ass out. Yes.
I'm trying to ass out
Yeah.
if we have to fight ourselves. I don't get. Is your urine all right?
That's what
Are you
I mean.
insinuating we're gonna get pegged by ourselves?
Hold on.
He puts his hands up. I don't know. That's what it
Alara
sounded
just kind of
you were saying.
looks over at Sebastian and just like raises her eyebrows, just like, huh?
I am just trying to.
All right. So
I'm just
this-
trying to
I'm-
convey a
I'm
state of
ready to go.
vulnerability.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
need
this
to
just
figure this
honestly,
out.
honestly, this just sounds like a sort of test of like how we envision
Character?
ourselves. So as long as you don't, just think of yourself positively, and you're fine. It's easy.
Well, it's probably more than that. I guess the next question is, would everybody be prepared for the others to see, what this, each other like that?
Well, we know Sebastian isn't.
Because with everything we've been going through with all of this stuff, a lot of things haven't exactly turned out exactly what we thought, and things have been more complicated. So just want to be prepared that,
You have a point.
it could be something that the spirits and the things sense about us that we're not even ready to admit.
If that's the
You
case,
know what?
I'd like to go by myself.
You know what I have to say? We have no idea what it's going to be, so we might as well just go and find out. Because I guarantee you, the way this always works is we think we have it figured out how it's going to go, and then we go, and then it's not exactly how we figured it was going to be.
Right.
And so it doesn't matter. We should just go and do the thing we plan to do.
I concur wholeheartedly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. We're all on the same page. Sebastian.
He just stares at everyone and just shrugs like, I'll do whatever Alara wants to do.
Okay.
Fine.
All right. Cool. So we're gonna go do the thing we were planning on going to do. Cool.
Well done, team. So proud. All right, so
All right, let's go.
yeah, I suppose we'll do that, and then I'm gonna be honest. Like, keep thinking about the questions, but I feel like, considering we could not all of us could get in, let's just all focus on honing in on our own personal questions. And so help me if you manage to survive, and you don't have a question ready. I mean, I feel like the rest of the team's probably going to be really disheartened in your behavior. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fuck it, let's go.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We go this way. And Nika starts leading you guys up into the mountains. Can I get some fortitude
God.
saves?
Yippee!
Oh boy.
It is a cold and steep hike.
Oh.
But my cold resistance of 1.
Yeah.
This is more about like
Yippee.
physical exhaustion. Like you guys aren't exposed in the cold.
That was a 24 for you.
Why did
Sounds
my
great.
thing did not roll? Why didn't I roll?
I got a 15. Did that fail?
That 15
23.
is what you needed.
Oh, thank God. High five, Alira.
Goodness.
High
Let's
five. Let's go.
I
Doing
don't
the
know what
bare
I
minimum
got.
physically.
Who am I missing?
Solanin.
No, I see Solanin. I don't see Alara.
Oh, I see Alara.
Mine is
Yeah, I
above.
see
I
Alara as well.
don't.
Yeah.
Sebastian,
It says-
Alara, Caspian. I don't see
Yeah.
Solanin.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
see
Solana,
Alara.
you're
I don't
rolled
see
blind.
Alara.
I don't see Alara at all.
That's
What
why
number
Alara,
did you get, Alara?
Alara got
I got
yeah.
15.
Okay, then you are fine. You all avoid accruing fatigue.
That's weird. That was weird.
That was very strange.
Weird
Foundry's haunted.
Very
dice. Haunted
strange.
Foundry.
Foundry's trying to get rid of me.
No. You just got
Nika
back.
leads you guys into the mountains. It's probably a 3-hour hike, almost directly uphill. But eventually, she pulls up to a peak, and then she stops. And here, the pathway kind of becomes a switchback up to this mountain peak. And you can see some spots where steps have been carved into the face of the mountain. And she gets to the base of this peak, and she kind of gestures for you all. All right, this is where I stop, and only challengers can go up to the top. So,
All right.
it's probably another hour hike. I'll be here
Oh, boy.
waiting for when you want to come down. Sometimes the path narrows pretty thin. So, just keep that in mind. And this is
So-
what you all see.
Oh boy. All right. Well, before we move any further, I sense that we have some hesitant individuals in the collective. Does anyone want to stay here?
Yeah. Wants to stay behind.
If you want to stay behind, rather than if you're not prepared to go up and deal with this head on, you could risk the lives of everyone involved. So, no hard feelings if you want to stay behind. But also, once we cross this threshold, we're in. We're doing the thing.
I have far too many questions for something of this nature to back down now.
Precisely. It's the adventure of it all, really. All right. Well then, if no one is going to stay behind, then I suggest we tie ourselves together.
Sounds good.
Alara kind of looks over at
Okay.
Sebastian. Are you going to be alright?
Yeah. I'll be fine.
Well, you're not alone. Just remember that.
He gives her a smile, says thank you.
All
right.
right. Everybody
Let's
just
tie ourselves
loop,
together.
yeah,
Mhm.
loop these around here. I suppose, obviously, Astrid, you should be our anchor up front. Right? Or should you be in the back? How does this work? What you actually you're the survivalist. I'm sorry. What in your expert opinion do you think we should be doing here?
Actually, we should probably have a strong anchor in front. If the paths are narrow, sorry, Nika said the paths were narrow, but there's no are we walking along like a cliffside or something, or
Yes.
is it just path? Okay, so I'm strong enough to sort of like support and be kind of like an anchor. Not an anchor. Yeah, kind of like a sticking point. So if people fall, I'll be able to hold onto the rope and try to pull people up. We should try to have our strongest people be the most secure in front, as opposed to in the back.
All right. So then, Astrid in the front. Least. I feel like the least physically capable of us should be in the
Don't
middle.
look at me.
So you.
Uh,
Are you the
Not
least?
me.
You're not the least physically capable?
Well, she kind of looks down at her like arms. She's like, "All right, fine. I'll be in the middle."
All right. I'm just, yeah, I mean, it's the safest place for you to be just in case if you slip that way, the people in the back and Astrid in the front will be able to hopefully, keep you from falling to your death.
I'll be next to Alara then.
Smart. And then it'll be Sebastian and me in the back. Oh boy. Sebastian, are you athletic in any way?
Out of character, my dex is very high. My strength isn't.
Yeah, it was a character question, but sure, yes.
Sorry.
So I assume your athletics is also 0?
Um,
Oh.
no, my athletics is a +5.
Oh, sweet. So you're trained in athletics.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. I'm super not, so you get to be behind me. Thank
Okay.
you. Yep. My acrobatics is also super high, but my athletics is 0.
Okay.
Better
We're
than
the
a
same.
-1.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll say
Oh,
whoever
maybe
you're tied next to, if you slip, that person can try to grab you to help you stay on the side of the mountain. So if you have your strongest people on the ends, what might end up happening is if all 3 people in the middle fall, the end people have to try and keep all 3 of them tethered.
Yeah.
The try and grab, is that a reflex thing?
That is an acrobatics thing.
Yeah, okay, so it is an acrobatics thing. So maybe actually we should have Astrid, then Alara, then Sebastian, then Solanin, then me. So that way we have
Yeah.
physical people in between. Maybe that's smart?
Staggering it.
My acrobatics is a +9, so I don't know where you'd want to put me.
I mean, you and me are the dex people. Yeah.
Is it going to be an acrobatics check?
Yeah, to grab.
To grab, yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
My acrobatics is not good.
It's the grab and edge action or reaction. You guys should be able to look at it in your little actions tab. It is a choice of acrobatics or reflex save.
Where is it?
It's
Under
not-
reactions.
Yeah.
On your character sheet.
I have nothing under reactions.
Just hit the
not-
browse button.
Yeah, if you hit the
Oh.
browse button and search for it.
What was it again?
Grab an
edge.
edge.
Okay. Okay.
Why is music no looping?
Yep. Okay. But yeah, I mean, the
Oh,
grab and
this
edge
is-
part is good for some of us. That's if we fail but the grab and edge comes in if we fail the athletics check.
Actually, no.
No.
So to walk across a cliff's face is actually a survival check.
Oh, shit. Fuck you.
It's for like
All right.
foot placement to see if you can read the terrain well enough to figure out where you should walk.
Okay. That's fair.
But if you
Well,
fail that,
actually, no.
it
Actually,
becomes-
my survival is higher than my athletics, so I'll take it.
All right.
We could follow Astrid's like exact footsteps.
Yeah, let's just fuck it. Let's just do it. We ball. Let's go. We got our order. Let's
Okay,
just
we
fucking
ball.
do it.
You got good
do it.
point.
Let's just
Yeah, we're balling. We're
we're
balling.
balling.
Okay,
Fuck
okay.
it.
Just give me the order one more time so I know who to bug when people fall. If people fall. I believe in you guys.
So Astrid first.
Okay.
What?
You mean when people fall?
I said if.
You'll be all right. You'll be fine. Listen, it's just like last time where there's a big cliff and we could all fall and die, but we're not gonna fall and die. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, there we
put
go.
it in the
Astrid.
side.
Yep. Astrid, Alara, Sebastian, Solana, and Caspian. There we go.
It's great. And Solanin, me and you can re-roll reflex saves if we fail them.
Oh, thank God.
We got
Ooh,
cats,
expert reflex.
Yep. Same.
Okay, so we're gonna kind of inch into some Pathfinder mechanics here, just for funsies. If someone is an expert in survival, then they can roll with follow the expert. Well, then people who are following them can roll with follow the expert if they're untrained in survival.
Anybody an expert in survival?
I am not yet.
Yeah, did not think so.
Damn.
We're only level 3. We don't.
I mean, some classes on level 3 get to be expert in things.
I
Yeah,
am an
but-
expert in intimidation. So unless I'm intimidating the cliffside.
Yeah,
I'm an expert in 3 things, but not survival.
not survival. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I just thought I'd put it out there.
Yeah.
Also for our viewers. Follow the experts. Pretty neat. Okay, well then. We'll go ahead and go down the line. Astrid, give me a survival check.
Goody.
Come on, Astrid.
Ah, this is a good boy point moment.
Could you imagine?
That is
We
in fact
start going up the cliff.
Astrid
just
pulls
can't-
you all down.
Just Astrid immediately over.
Well, that was great campaign, guys.
It was a fantastic campaign.
That is in fact a failure. So Astrid, you guys are like halfway up the mountain when Astrid, you don't notice a crack in the ledge and you step directly on it. And quickly begin to plummet over the edge.
No! What?
Would you like to try to grab the edge?
I would.
All right.
All right, so reflex or acrobatics.
Yep.
Ray, reflex.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that is a success.
Woo!
Fantastic.
So you step wrong, immediately kind of slide off the edge, but you're able to like kind of pivot yourself closer to the mountain, and you end up falling on the inward side of your body closer to the face of the mountain. You hit
Okay.
the ground hard. The rest of you feel just the kind of rockiness slide.
Oh shit. What's happening? I can't see anything.
But Astrid, you are still on the path.
Okay. Watch out for this crack.
All right.
Might break your brother's back.
Alara, give me a survival check.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh. Alright, well, it's been nice knowing you all.
You can do this. You can do this.
It's been
Believe
so
in
nice
yourself.
knowing you all.
Oh,
It's
that
been
was
so nice
close.
knowing you
It was 20. Oh.
You watched Astrid fall, and it startled you. And when
Oh.
Astrid flung her body
I have a
closer
good
to the
point?
mountain, you do. Everyone has one at the beginning of session. Would you like to use
You
it?
want
I guess I'll use it.
Okay.
Can she make it a success?
Yes. No?
No.
You can. You're just barely,
Oh.
just barely close enough to do it.
It's scary.
Okay. Then you feel like, okay, so hula, narrative. Okay. Astrid slips, throws her body to the mountain. Everyone sees the rocks slide, start to tumble down, and anyone who looks over the edge, it's a long drop. It's, 100, 200 feet, hard to say. And it's not a clean edge. It would be a tumble, like you'd ping pong off of rocks on your way down. And Alara, you make the mistake of looking over the edge, and you almost don't see how close your footing is. But at the last second, you feel your foot slip, and you just back up, flatten your back against the wall, take a deep breath. You're okay. You stay on the path.
Ooh.
Sebastian,
Alrighty.
survival check, please.
Okay.
You can do this. You're so nimble. Nice. Correct.
17 is what you needed.
What?
Oh.
I don't like it.
You're not as comfortable hiking through cold mountains as you have been doing other kinds of outdoor activities. But just to take deep breaths, take it one step at a time. Anytime you start to feel like the pebbles beneath your feet shift more than they ought to, you just recenter, shift your weight, and keep going. You remain on the path.
Okay.
So Lennon.
I've got to roll at least an 18. Let's go.
You have a negative in survival?
I have a -1 in survival.
Mm.
But boy, do I have a +10 on reflex. Denied.
Oh, wow. We are just having
Alright.
a time.
All right, you got a +10 on reflex, and you've got cat's luck. Oh, nice.
20, dirty 20 on my reflex save.
The people in front of you in line, Sebastian and Alara and Astrid, they've been taking their time. And that's a little bit hard for you. Your brain likes to go, think about things all the time. So you have had trouble focusing on where you should put your feet. You don't notice at first that you've neglected to look ahead of you, as you almost just directly walk off the cliff's edge where it dips a little bit, where the path narrows a little bit more abruptly than you anticipated. And you feel that kind of like in the pit of your stomach, that's swooping like on a roller coaster, as the ground is just gone. But you've got a tail for a reason, and you swing it, and it counterbalances, and you're able to shift your weight back towards the path as you remain on the path.
Oh,
Cassie.
fuck.
Oh, goody.
My hands are
Caspian's
sweating.
turn.
Mhm.
13.
Wow, we are all just having a time.
I'm not built for survival. Look, Anyway, reflex save.
Yep.
We here at House Novak.
27.
Okay.
Can I actually?
Yes.
No,
No
never
way.
mind. Never
Would
mind.
you like to
I have
narrate your?
No,
You
no,
may
no,
do
no.
so.
I was. No, because I was gonna ask to do something stupid, and there's no reason for me to do that. And sure. I watch fucking Solanin nearly tumble off the ledge. And I'll grab her shoulder and be like, "Hey, you really need to pay attention, son of a bitch!" Fucking fall, catch myself, pull myself back up. This mountain's stupid.
Alira's like got her
Fucking
hands out like she's prepared to do something in case somebody actually falls.
You all have your hands out as if you're prepared to do something in case somebody actually falls. It takes you guys a good hour and a half at this slow pace to scale this mountain. But you all make it to the top.
Oh.
And you see a kind of... It's a flat-topped mountain. It's maybe like 50 feet across and almost a circular plane as you get to the top. And you see these lights kind of dancing in the sky. And they range in color from a pale teal to like an acid green. And then you see hints of pinks and purples kind of dancing in them. And they kind of swirl around and dip low and almost like kiss the top of the mountain before receding back up. And in these lights you can see images of bears, elk. You see woolipeds traversing the tundra. You see the frigid march. You see people. You see towns. You see wilderness. You
Wow.
see the spirit of the mountain. And that's where we're going to take a break.
All right.
Oh,
Ruby. Good job, guys, scaling the mountain.
Good work, team.
Good job installing fear deep into my heart.
Hey, falling is one of the deadliest things you can do in TTRPGs.
This is true.
Yes.
fine.
And I want it to
Catch
feel like it.
you.
As long as it's less than 100 feet, I could probably survive.
We'll see.
I'm weirdly built for falling.
Yeah, you're a cat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I take half damage.
House Novak is the best at falling.
We're the best at superhero landing.
There's 3-point landing.
God.
Yeah.
Your joints, though, terrible.
Oh, our knees are awful. Yeah, for
really
sure.
bad. They click every time.
100%.
All right. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, bye.